Our last video, Jenny and I shared our thoughts about purpose and how it relates to leadership. This time, we want to share our ideas and experience about strategy. And as the expert on strategy, I'm going to ask Jenny, what do you think are the key components of a good strategy?
Well, Chitzel, thank you for that very elevated introduction. I hope I don't let you down. So I think there's a couple of things that we want to talk about when it comes to strategy. The key components I think about are your leadership style, your communication style, your ability to manage resources, and your ability to solve problems. So if I start at the beginning, I think oftentimes people ask us, hey, what's the best leadership style? And there is no one best leadership style. There's the style that works best for you. So I think people need to take some consideration in what's the value I bring? What am I really good at? And how do I translate that value with my communication style and the way I influence my team? From there, we need to talk about managing resources. So Chitzel, you and I have worked together and we have worked apart. And I think that it's common in all of our experiences as leaders. There is never enough resources to effectively deliver what we're tasked with delivering.
There's always an imbalance in what you're supposed to be doing and the resources you have to accomplish those tasks.
Exactly. So as leaders, we are always stuck in the middle. We have our board of directors or our clients that are demanding results from us, and we have the team that works for us who we need to get those results out of. Or no team at all. There'll be a whole other video on that, I think.
True.
And an analyst can tell you how much time and money and how many people you need to finish a project or deliver a result. The leader is the one who has to take half of that or a quarter of that and actually put it into motion so that you can deliver the results that your clients and your board of directors wants, but while doing it in a way that you can work effectively with your team, because you don't want to make people's lives miserable in the process. Or if you do that, again, that's another video. But keeping your team motivated, engaged, keeping them on the track to development, and making sure we're assigning the right people, the right jobs, all help us in managing those finite amount of resources that we have in essentially kind of get more done with less is what we're always trying to do as leaders.
True. And I think that to accomplish that, you need to be totally aware of your talents. You need to be aware of your unique style, not only your talents and style, but also of your team members.
Exactly.
If you want to get the best out of people, you need to know what is that they do best and what is the best strategy to get that specific result out of that person.
Exactly. And I think the last thing that we want to mention here today is that being a problem solver is a huge part of being a leader and knowing how to manage a strategy. And I say that because every time you will set out on any project, you're always going to have challenges along the way. Nothing's going to go exactly according to the plans that you've laid out. So how you are adaptable and resourceful and creative in addressing problems as you go along while keeping everybody else from freaking out is really important. And the other thing I'll say is I do think that there is an opportunity to be a little bit too good at that. And I'll give you a small personal example. For many years, as you know, I ran a big company and there were problems every minute. And I got a little bit of a reputation as the lady who can solve problems without freaking out. And a friend of mine said to me at one point, this is a detriment to you. And I said, why? Everybody comes to me, they'll know I'll take care of it and I won't freak out. And he said, maybe if you did freak out once in a while, people wouldn't come to you with every little problem.
That's true. That's totally true.
So you can use that. If you don't want to solve a problem, just try freaking out.
And another thing, not to freak out, but even if you freak out, that I think it's needed, it's flexibility. Because when you
Absolutely.
are a problem solver, or when if you freak out or not freak out, then you need to be flexible enough to know when to change path, when to change strategy, when to change plan, when to adapt, or when
Yeah.
to stick to what your original plan. So being flexible and able to change without too much resistance, I think is key when you're implementing any strategy in leadership.
There you have it, folks. A little expert advice on strategy from a firefighter and a problem solver.